Here we are at part 3. This one is called You Only Need 3 Notes. Now that your hands are all warmed up and you're all tuned up, let's learn a few chords. We're going to work on an E chord, a B chord, and an A chord. Open chords today. Okay? So first our fingers, so that we can identify them. This is our index finger, our middle finger, our ring finger, and our pinky. That's the way we're going to do it. Okay, so let's take 2 fingers. Okay, there was a world famous guitar player that only had 2 fingers. So we have a little advantage, I think. Let's take these 2 fingers and place them on the fretboard. Oh, by the way, all the charts that you need for these chords are down in the description. And you'll probably need to print that out while you watch this so that you can see better. Okay, so we're going to take those 2 fingers, peace sign, and we're going to place one on the G string right behind the 1st fret and one on the A string behind the 2nd fret. See how that is? And then we're going to strum all of the strings. And that is an E7. E dominant 7 chord. Now, assuming that we have all our fingers, we're going to take our ring finger and place it on the D string, 2nd fret, and strum all of the strings, and that's going to be an E major chord. Then we're going to take our index finger and pick it up, strum all the strings, that's an E minor chord. So when you're making the chord, place your fingers, behind the fret where you're supposed to have them, and just strum it. I'm not pushing down very hard. Now as I slowly push down, I just want to push hard enough so that the strings ring out. Okay, so you're not squeezing real hard. Just hard enough to make them ring out. Okay, now we're going to take this index finger and we're going to put it up on the D string, 1st fret, and we're going to place these other 2 fingers where they were on the 2nd fret. This is the A string and the G string. And that is a B7 chord. And if we have one more finger left over, we can put it on the bottom, the high E string, 2nd fret, to finish that chord. But you don't need to do that. Okay, this is a proper B7 chord. Right there. Okay? Now we are going to take our fingers, maybe stretch them a second. Take our fingers and we're going to cover 3 strings. We're going to cover the D string, the G string, and the B string, all on the 2nd fret. And we can strum this all the way. That's an A chord. Some people like to play the A chord with this shape. Some people like to play it where you're covering all those strings, those 3 strings, with 1 finger. And that's a good way to do it, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay? So back to these 3 fingers like that. If we place 2 fingers, one on the B string, 2nd fret, one on the D string, 2nd fret, strum all of the notes. That's an A7, A dominant 7. And if we put our index finger on the 1st fret, our middle finger and ring finger on the 2nd fret, so this is the D string, the G string, and the B string. That's an A minor chord. You've got the charts for this. Okay, now we were talking about covering all of those strings with 1 finger. That's an A chord. And if we put our one of our fingers on the E string, 3rd fret. Can you see that? That's right here. That's an A7 also. But the beauty of that is, if we bring that up 2 more frets, that's a B7. So instead of this B7, you could do it like that, which may be a little easier at the beginning. You just land your finger down on those 3 strings on the 4th fret, and then 1 finger on the E string and the 5th fret. Okay, so you're going to have to slowly practice those. Look at the charts I gave you, and practice changing from one chord to another chord. And for now, you probably just, the strumming pattern, we're just going to do downstrokes. We're going to do 4 downstrokes at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Practice changing from one chord to the other. And for now, just straight down beats, 4 at a time. Okay? And tap your foot to that. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a good tip too. There's hundreds of songs with that progression. It's a 1, 4, 5 progression. And you'd be able to play a lot of songs, starting with maybe the Folsom Prison Blues. Something like that. Okay, keep practicing.